commercial site on the landing ground.
Thank you for joining us. You're listening to A Radio, and this is the Morning Minute. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. Today, I'm going to talk about something which, really and truthfully, I wonder how long we're going to be able to talk about it in Canada, bearing in mind that these anti-free speech bills are going through Parliament right now. I just want you to think about that. How long can we go on before we can't talk about these things because they are considered racist? Young girls getting raped in the streets in Europe, but we can't talk about it because it's racist. Just a thought. Anyway, I'm going to talk about today's subject. We have more evidence of these radicals, but this time in that sleepy country known as Sweden. Listen to this. A Swedish government report. Now bear in mind that they criticised Donald Trump, the President of the United States, only a few days ago. The Swedish government report, Muslim Brotherhood infiltrating organisations and political parties building parallel society. Remember what I said about Australia? Do you think it's not happening in Canada? I don't think you're naive enough to think that's not the case. But how long before we can't talk about that? Anyway, the article goes on. Aided by politically correct culture of tolerance, the Muslim Brotherhood is secretly building a parallel society in Sweden by infiltrating organisations and political parties, a government report has concluded. Surprisingly, the document takes aim at the political elites. There you go again, the political elites, the same in Canada. You can't talk about it, it's racist. For fostering a doctrine of multiculturalism. Multiculturalism is destroying my home country of Britain and England, to be precise, and it's doing the same thing in this country, but you can't talk about it. The political elites for fostering a doctrine of multiculturalism and silence, which can help facilitate nefarious ends of anti-democratic organisations such as the Brotherhood. Somewhat predictably, however, the publication of such claims in Sweden, where open criticism of liberal multiculturalism ideas are rare. This has now caused a row, with critics labelling the report as conspiratorial and claiming it misrepresents Islam. Published Friday, the document was commissioned by Sweden's Civil Contingencies Agency, MSB, part of the country's Ministry of Defence, which is responsible for civil protection and public safety. So not some nut-wing, right-wing group, as they'd have you say. The paper's authors claim the Brotherhood is working to increase the numbers of practicing Muslims in Sweden, encouraging tension with secular society and targeting political parties, NGOs, academic institutions and other civil society organisations. And it goes on, and you can read the full article on my website. I will put a link to it, and you can make up your own mind. But I'm just going to say this. This is happening everywhere, and if you're naive enough to think that this is not happening in Canada, really? But again, I ask you, how long before we can't talk about this? Before it's considered racist? How long? I just heard yesterday that a Christian Church of England primary school has been completely taken over by Muslims. There's more Muslims in a Christian Church of England primary school than Christians in the UK. But that's wrong to talk about that, isn't it? Because that's racist. You can find more at aradio.wordpress.com, and I'm on Twitter at aradiocanada. That's EHRADIO Canada. I'm also on Facebook at the same address, A Radio Canada. I'm now on Gab at A Radio. That's EHRADIO. You can email me at aradiocanada@gmail.com. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.